Happy New Year, A-Full Nation, and welcome to another episode of Let's Go Lego.
Lego.
The first thing you may notice is behind my shoulder here, there's been some changes to my Lego city. And I know a lot of you have asked me to go over that and explore that, so that's kind of what we're going to do today. I got the chance over the Christmas holiday to go on a little vacation to a small place called Disney. And on the way, I was more excited, honestly, about visiting the Atlanta Brick Company. Let's take a look here on the web. I'll show you. The Atlanta Brick Company is one of the largest building brick toy stores in the world. And yes, they had a lot of great stuff. One of the things I got to pick up from the place was some lighting kits. So I picked up probably $1,000 worth, honestly, of lighting kits for my city back here. And so that's what we're going to be working on in this episode. A lot of the stuff that they sell is secondhand kits from a place called Light Up Block right here. And yeah, these all say out of stock now because I bought every single modular lighting kit they had. But I looked up lightupblock.com. That's actually what they're selling. This is where I go to get the instructions. So today we're going to be working on, for instance, this is Green Grocer. I've got the instructions here, and this is what we're going to be working on today. But I also want to show you how I plan on putting some of the hubs and splitters and USB extension wires and stuff underneath my town so that I can have all the wires hidden nice and neat. Here is my town in its current destroyed state. I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm actually viewing or touring the city because you didn't really see what it looked like before. But as you can see, I've got a lot of modular buildings here. One of the main things that the first trouble I came up with was what to do with all these wires. As you can see, every lighting kit is going to come with a lot of wires. And I had an idea to kind of drape these across my city as like telephone poles, wires, you know, just like running from each building to building. I quickly determined that that wasn't going to work. So I came up with this scaffolding. So everything's up on stilts, as you can see. I couldn't find a better place on the web for this pricing. I can't beat this. This is a little hub. You can see that. For just plugging in your USB extension cords for each of the lighting kits, and then has rocker switches on it too. So I ordered like 10 of these so I can create this massive network of wires and stuff underneath my city. Height of these blocks is totally based off of that hub that I got online. I don't even have it here yet, but I did find some dimensions. So I know how big it's going to be. So I just gave enough rise for a hub to slide in there and then plug in all of my cords. The other thing that I haven't done yet is found lighting kits for these little street lamps that I have. So I have a couple of these at some of the intersections that I'll have to add some custom lights for. What I want to point out is the layout of this grid. You can kind of see it. It's a simple, it matches the size of a road plate or a modular building. But one of the things I quickly realized is that the wires are going to be coming off of the sets on the edges. And I didn't want this support bar around all the edges because it's going to be hard to get wires under there. So this is actually how they're going to sit on this framework. so that they're supported every corner and in the middles, and then you have free space underneath to run all your wiring. The other thing that I had to kind of think about was right here. In all the lighting kits, these came individually with wires. And I can't, it's so wasteful to run one USB plug to each one, especially whenever you see up and down the street, I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in a line, and that's how most of my streets are designed. So I'm going to build a custom wiring harness that is like a snake that just comes and has a connector here, and then it loops down and it has a connector here, and it comes down, connector here, and I'm just going to run that all the way along the streets. And I'm building this facade on the side to help cover up the parts that you can see from the edge, and I built in a little door here just so I can have access to the cables. Oh yes, another big change that you may notice from last year on my Lego City back behind me is I changed out the lights. So Alexa, turn on the pool table light. Da! Now we have the fluorescent alien autopsy light. It's just a big 4-foot fluorescent bar light with a diffuser on it. It works pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the fluorescent lighting, but I prefer a more warm white color, but it does definitely light up the space pretty well, as opposed to those old pool stained glass like pendant lights that I used to have. All right, let's go get Green Grocer. All right, we're gonna test the limits of the system with all these cameras going. We've got our lighting kit here of Green Grocer. Yes, you could see that's correct. How much it costs. Here we go. Atlanta Brick Company, aka Light Up Bricks. We've got the Green Grocer all wired up. It's time to place it over here next to our cafe corner. So all I gotta do is pick this up with one hand without dropping it, while also holding a camera. That's really easy to do. Get the buildings together. Dun, da, 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 and they land right there in the corner. That is correct. So anyway, the wires will go down like that. down underneath. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! And just like that, that's how we get started.